It's such a rare thing to happen in America today. We are all united on this one. Everybody thinks this was an unjust death and justice must be served. So what better way to memorialize this rare occurrence than to burn down the local AutoZone? Yes, I know you're with me on that one. There's no larger source for racial strife in this country than the spark plug. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Pennzoil and turtle wax have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. Of course, just burning down an AutoZone won't bring racial justice by itself, unfortunately. You have to make sure to trash every nearby auto parts store. Wonderful. Oh, what a great approach here. Now none of us can fix our automobiles. Good job, everybody. Victory is within our grasp. But before we can know that we've truly conquered the scourge of racism, it's always important to make sure your local Target looks like it just opened in Beirut. And you never know when the man is going to show up and try to stop you from achieving justice. They're just sly and sneaky, you know. Sometimes they even dress up like old people walking in parking lots. You might say it was wrong to attack an elderly man walking in a parking lot, but to that I say, why do you hate black people? Think about it. And what better way to stick it to the white man than to pick a neighborhood in the middle of Ilhan Omar's congressional district and destroy the place where its residents get their food? I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone who caused the damage in these videos. I don't think they're actually making rational decisions at all. I don't think they're actually trying to help the movement or a cause. I don't think they're thinking at all. Certainly not about anyone other than themselves. The cure for racial strife is not the latest 4K unit from Samsung. I sincerely doubt there was anyone out there looting the stores that served the community that cared one little bit about justice for George Floyd. They cared about stealing things. They cared about making their Netflix look better. Someone who cares about the underlying issue of George Floyd's death doesn't act like this. Somebody who cares about their community doesn't act like this. What is the result of what we're looking at? You destroy the local Target where your neighbor buys the formula for their child? You destroy an affordable housing development that was under construction so no one in your community can benefit from a new building? For the love of all that is good and holy, you destroy a Wendy's? The place with Frosties? You're burning down a place that makes delicious, chocolatey, frozen treats right before summer? What sense does this make? That's not to say there weren't some good things amidst the chaos. For example, these two dudes. Now, I know nothing about these two guys outside of this video. And I know as soon as I play it, the internet is going to milkshake duck them to death. But I love their spirit.
So basically, you've seen the records that cops keep. And cops are a lot less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about damn time that some, or at least I figure that it's about damn time some heavily armed rednecks stood with fellow citizens.
Here we go. A couple of guys, a couple heavily armed rednecks, taking their Second Amendment and trying to do good with it. I know you're going to try and ruin them somehow, Internet. I know you're going to do it. But for this glorious moment, let's hear from my two possibly temporary favorite people.
We heard that, we're like, well, we better kid up and go see if these guys need help. And it turns out these guys are out here with machetes and shattered windows trying to keep looters out of the business because cops can't get in here. And so, you know, I figured before they were cops, they were just Americans. So here we are.
Or, you know, during the LA riots.
Or during the LA riots, collateral damage, I guess.
Everyone protected their own stuff. That's where, you know, you got the term rooftop Korean.
So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us four.
Yeah, we definitely don't agree with the looting.
Yeah, no, looting.
But we do agree with the cause for the protest.
Yeah, definite protesting.
support the protests, but they oppose the looting. And they're not alone. They just happen to have big enough guns to not worry about standing around and talking about it. Defending these businesses is more than just important to the business owners today. The damages to the community will last for decades to come. If I were to tell you I was opening up a little coffee shop in Ferguson, what would cross your mind? I bet your first thought would be about the riots and whether it was safe to do business there. I mean, if I told you I bought a cute little condo in Watts, you'd be thinking about an event that happened 55 years ago. Answering an unjust killing by punishing your own community for years to come is not justice. Look, murders happen every day. It's a sad reality of the human experience. Sometimes it's a white cop killing a black man. Sometimes it's a black man killing a white cop. We don't blame the groups. We blame the individual. In America, we've developed the best system anyone has come up with, at least, to deal with these crimes. Our justice system is far from perfect, but it is a hell of a lot better than punishing Wendy's for a crime some cop committed. And that's just where we are in this story. There are only 3 things our system can do. The criminal can be fired. Check. That one's done already. The criminal can be arrested. The criminal can be convicted. Right? That's what we can do. I would expect number 2 and 3 to come pretty soon. But noticeably unavailable as an option is bringing George Floyd back to life. That might not be fair, but it is definitely not the fault of Target or AutoZone or Wendy's or Cub Foods or the affordable housing development that was under construction or the 7 Sigma building or the Dollar Tree or the T-Mobile store or the Speedway or the Precision Tune Auto Care or the U.S. Bank or Dairy Queen or Papa Murphy's Pizza or Domino's Pizza, or Urban Forage Winery and Cider House, or Gandhi Mahal Restaurant, or CarX Tire and Auto, or Ace Hardware, or Minnesota Transition's Charter School, or Laundromax, or Soderbergh's Floral and Gift, or Seward Pharmacy, or Walgreens, or Schooner's Tavern, or Midtown Global Market, or Breva Health, or Foot Locker, or Studio 23, or Uptown Pawn, or La Familia Skate Shop, or Hamdi Restaurant, or Hudson's Hardware, or Birchwood Cafe, or CVS, or Timberland, or Sonny's, or Thurston's Jewelers, or Banadier Pharmacy, or Sephora, or GameStop, or H&M, or the Apple Store, or Urban Outfitters, or Town Talk Diner, or O'Reilly Auto Parts, or yet another AutoZone, or the East Lake Library, all of which were damaged or destroyed just last night. I ask you, is that how George Floyd gets justice?